So, me and Fred have been doing some contemplating, and, we've decided I need a bazooka. Good evening, everyone, or morning, or whatever time it is. Today I have a magic trick for you. I am going to make a wand of the magic type disappear. Watch. I'm going to put it right there, right in this box. So watch. Look at it. Look, it's in the box. It's in the box. In the box. I have closed the box, and now I have no magic wand to make the wand disappear. I didn't really think that one through, did I? Anyway, we need to get down to business, because today I am telling some of the greatest, weirdest stories about the t-shirt industry crew. Now, today I'm sort of doing a collaboration with the t-shirt industry. If you don't know, I have another channel, which is why it's a sort of collaboration, but it's not. I'm just putting this one on both channels so that people who watch this will know, hey, go check out the other channel. Because, you know, that one's not quite as weird as this one. Maybe. Yeah, it is. It's totally weird. But today, I'm telling you some great stories about the t-shirt industry crew. So me, Scotty, Jake, that's pretty much it, because I don't know if the others would particularly mind me telling stories about them. I'm not even sure if Scotty and Jake mind me talking about some of their stories, but I have this whiteboard to illustrate some of the stories because it is totally worth illustrating. And these are not going to be like uber personal stories, in case you were wondering, like, oh my gosh, he's gonna tell the stories of the crew and it's gonna be like personal, and they're gonna be like offended, and then they're gonna sue like normal people. Well, my crew are not normal people, so you need to not be worried. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna start with Scotty, because he's been like my best friend forever. So the air conditioning above my head just turned on. I know quite a few of the stories that he would like me to give you guys. So we're going to start with the most recent one. The history of the iPod. The history of the iPod is a very interesting story. To start, it involves a man named Scotty McLaughlin. Scotty McLaughlin was I'm inhaling my mustache. Scotty McLaughlin was a very, very nice man. He listened to his iPod via headphones like these. They were big pot headphones from the 80s that he used to listen to them. My monocle that is not a big fake quarter thing is falling off. And he listened to it for long periods of time, and he loved his iPod. I love my iPod! But one day, as he was getting in his car, his lovely, beautiful car, he climbed into the car, and he opened the door. And when he opened the door, as he was walking in, his iPod fell out of his pocket. And as he sat down, he closed the door, and the door was closed, and the iPod fell all the way down to the ground. The car backed up and rolled right over the iPod. And then, as the car finished backing up, it left the terrible remains of an ugly, broken, cracked iPod. Scotty McLaughlin did not know that his iPod was broken, so when he drove back home, he rolled over the iPod again. So it was even worse. Then he stopped and got out of the car. And when he looked down, he said, "Oh my! What is that ugly, hideous, deformed, cracked thing on the ground?" And he bent over and picked it up. And when he picked it up, he said, "Oh my gosh! That is my previously beautiful iPod that I listened to for so long, and now it looks really ugly. And the screen can pop off. See, the screen is over here and it popped off, and it's ugly and cracked and terrible, and I ran over it with my car." Thus is the history of the iPod. He rolled over his iPod with the car twice, and he carries it around with him everywhere in a plastic bag, which is kind of weird. He'll probably show it to you in a later video. Anyway, so now we have another story. This one is a story from Jake. And there's no history to it here. This one is a different story, which will be told by me instead of the British guy that was really weird and annoying. Jake lives on a mountain, okay? So I have to I have to start the story by telling you that Jake lives on a mountain. And at the top of the mountain is where he lives, or close to the top of the mountain, and there's a hill going down to his driveway, which then leads to going down the mountain, which then leads to the way to get to his driveway. So there's a hill, and it's a gravel driveway because it would cost a load of money to pave the driveway, right? So recently they had put gravel on the driveway. They had re-rocked the driveway because you need to get new gravel. It was just terrifying. I watched as... No, I actually wasn't there, so I don't remember. Okay, you can go back to your story. Anyway, so they had this brand new Ryder lawnmower, and it was really cool, right? That is the worst Ryder lawnmower I have ever drawn in my life. Oh wait, that's because I didn't put a steering wheel on it. Now it looks like a Ryder, kind of. I put a big black thing. Yeah, it's a Ryder lawnmower. Anyway, Jake was sitting on it, right here. Can't put a funny little face on him, like I usually would. But he was going down the driveway. As he went down the driveway, he started, shall we say, accelerating. Yes, it was a horrible moment. Right there I knew. It was a moment of life or death. We had to decide what we were going to do. Why are you even here? I told you to leave. Because it's humorous. So he was going down the driveway, and as he went, he starts accelerating, right? Now, I'm not even exaggerating with how steep this driveway is. They have a ridiculously steep driveway. So he's going down really fast, and now I can put an oversized big Jake head right there. And he's going really fast. And he said he was going at 20 miles per hour. That's an H. That's H, I said. There. So he claims he was going at 20 miles per hour. Now he starts drifting. So he's turning sideways, right? Now there's a big fence over here on this side, right next to a drop-off. So you hit this part of the driveway and you go down. Well, what he ended up doing was doing an epic dive off. Wow! So he dives off like that, right? But the lawnmower keeps going. And as the lawnmower keeps going, it finally crashes into the bottom of a cliff, which wasn't really a cliff, it was just there. Give it a wheel. So it goes down there, and at 20 miles per hour, it totally... So this is the cliff, right? And there's a fence right here. It goes flying off the cliff into the fence like this. Like that. Look, just look at that. That is a lawnmower, a riding lawnmower going off of the cliff into a fence. And Jake is back here watching, glad that he is not dead, hugging his knees to his chest, terrified with his giant, disproportionate head. I broke my lawnmower! So yeah, that's really, really interesting. Let's draw a little smiley face on him. Or no, it's a frowny face right now. And curly hair, because it's Jake. It's curly hair. I don't know why I did that. I just suddenly had a moment of terrible rage. Anyway, that's Jake's story. Now you might be wondering, do I have any stories? No. None come to mind at all, actually. I once witnessed Scotty's toe getting cut off. Yes, I was there. I just said I was there. I know, but this was a more appropriate moment for me to show up. Would you like to take over? Yes, I would. Okay, go ahead. It was a long time ago, out on a hike in a creek. We were standing there, and Grandpa had put the machete in the sand, where nobody would step on it so that they wouldn't get hurt. Scotty, however, being young and not quite of a correct mind, saw the machete and said, I should go step by it and run my toe down the side and see what happens. We heard a loud scream and saw the severed toe next to the machete. It's not how it went. He just cut his toe a little bit on the machete. No, I distinctly remember the toe being separate from the foot. It's not that, like, we embellished the story, made it a running joke that his toe was cut off, but it never happened. Come to think of it, I think your grandfather actually picked up the machete and cut his legs off. No, he just walked near a machete and cut his toe a little bit. Like, this story is you've turned it from a funny little, he kind of, it's not even funny, it's just a sad little story where a kid walks next to a machete and cuts his toe. You've turned it into a gruesome, violent story about my grandpa being a psychopath. You know what, come to think of it, he chased Jaden down for a bit. He's not going by his stage name anymore, he's not Scotty. Oh, that's right. The point is, you know what? I don't even want to know the point. You've completely ruined the story. I don't like this anymore. This is supposed to be a nice, fun little channel, and all you've done is ruin the minds of children, because little children will have this story in their heads and they'll be like, "That's scary, Mom." Oh, hey, that magic trick. I wonder if the wand is still in it. What?